Welcome back to your next instalment of Tuesday Tech Tips. I'm Mark Dixon, and in this week's video I've not just got one tip to share, but 3 tips to transform your PowerPoint presentations by ensuring your images match your theme, transforming bullet points into infographics, and finally using the morph transition to animate objects between slides. So let's jump in.
Tip 1. Match all of your images with your brand colours. Okay, so we've got a PowerPoint file open for a property maintenance operative apprenticeship. The first slide we come to looks at the role of a PMO. We've got 2 stock images, but neither matches our brand guidelines or the colour scheme for the presentation. PowerPoint makes this an easy fix. Just click the image and a picture format menu item appears. Click that and then select the drop down arrow on the colour tab. Here you can see a range of colour options for your image. You can also set specific colours by choosing the More Variations button and selecting your colour here. I quite like this effect here, and it keeps within the purple theme of the rest of the presentation. And we can do exactly the same with the second image. Now we've got a consistent theme throughout, and it isn't just for icons and vectors, you can follow exactly the same process for photos too. Tip 2. Turn boring bullets into interesting infographics. Having a long list of bullet points can be really boring to look at, but PowerPoint gives you the option to turn this list into a funky infographic that can also help you to communicate your message more effectively. Here we've got a classic card sorting exercise for the learners where we want them to put the procedure for safe isolation in the correct order, but it's hardly interesting to look at. All we need to do is select the text box and go up to Convert to Smart Art in the tool ribbon. Here you'll find a range of options that you can transform your bullets into. Just click on one to see the results. So we've transformed the bullets into a stylized list, but we can go one better. We're focusing on a process, so we could choose a style that reflects that. Let's choose the continuous block process icon. And now we've got the bullet points listed in a process. We can stretch it out a bit so we can see it better, and voila! We've turned our boring list into something more visually engaging. At the moment this is all one object, but if we select the diagram and go to Arrange and Ungroup, and then do this a second time to completely ungroup the objects, you can then move the individual elements around to reorder your list. So quick and easy, but really effective. And finally, tip 3, animating objects between slides. Okay, so we've got our process infographic created and all the objects are ungrouped. We've set the learners a card sorting exercise to see if they can arrange the steps into the correct process. We now need a slide to show the correct process so the learners can check and adjust their answers. The object is already ungrouped, so we can simply right-click and duplicate the slide and then click and drag our objects into the right order. I'll just speed this bit up. Okay, so once we're happy with the placement, we now need to animate those changes. To do this, select the slides and go to Transitions in the menu bar. This alters the way the slides transition from one to the next. Here, we're going to choose Morph. So let's play the presentation from the start. We've got a slide with our colour matched images, and we've got our incorrect process diagram. And if we move to the next slide, we can see those objects animate to the correct position in the process. This works with any elements in the project, including text and images, where you want to alter the size, position or colour of an object between slides. So there you go, 3 top tips for transforming your PowerPoints. I'll see you next week for another Tuesday Tech Tip.